cars and I love everything about them. So this was the perfect opportunity for me to design my own. I already knew a little bit about cars, but I wanted to learn more, like the history, background of their designs, and that kind of stuff. In order to learn more about design, I took a special class at Art Center in Pasadena, California. Art Center is one of the top design schools in the world. Students and grads at Art Center are some of the most sought-after designers in the automotive industry. These designs are a sample of the work of this year's graduates. Class, we learned a variety of different drawing and designing techniques. My instructor had a special technique for teaching us how to draw freehand. This was very important to him because freehand's important. So we did more freehand and some more practicing of freehand and learned some more freehand and more freehand. And finally, we got to car drawing. My drawing is getting better, but I still think I could use a little more work. I really enjoyed my 7-week class, and I had an awesome instructor. That's why I asked him for an interview. Thanks for letting me interview you.
It's a pleasure to be interviewed. So I was born in Arcadia, California. I was born August 28, 1982, 28 years old. I grew up in Southern California. I always grew up working on cars, so I love cars and I'm just truly passionate about design and making cars go fast. I worked for GM's design studio in North Hollywood. It was pretty much my father.
Oh, what did he do?
Yeah, when I was growing up, he'd always point out, oh, you know, I had this car or had that car. I got to see, you know, a 57 Chevy or 64 Impala. I saw all these classic cars that you normally do not see. To Cal Poly Pomona for engineering, and then I went to the Art Center College of Design for transport design. Now I have a Bachelor of Science, honors in industrial design, and that's pretty much the degree I'm using in my current career.
What year did you graduate?
In 2007, so not too long ago. So that was in the 6th grade. And I went to the Peterson Automotive Museum and I saw this display on car design. It showed like all these clay models and sketches. And just shocked that you can actually get paid for doing something so cool. I thought you had to do a boring job that involved the public after that point. So I was always sketching cars and I knew I was going to be a car designer. I've always been passionate about American cars. The world doesn't need car designers. And we need doctors, teachers, but it's a very superficial job. So just to have the ability to make something look good and have people appreciate that, that's probably the greatest thing. It's just to know that you can make the world a prettier place. Amazing how something that was so beautiful as a clay model turns into this really stiff form because the engineers require this type of angle, and there's just so many variables that change the design. Not stressful. Well, I do art for a living. Now, I'm not a fine artist because those people live paycheck to paycheck if they can get a paycheck. But it's just cool to know that, it's just art. I'm getting paid to do art. Favorite car designer? I have a lot of respect for Harley Earl. He's the one who created this industry. So if it wasn't for Harley Earl, none of this would exist. You ask me like classic car, I can name a long list. Current car, Aston Martin. That Rapide is probably one of the most beautiful four-door cars out there, and I really do not like four-door cars. So I'll just say Aston Martin. So just stick with it. That's what you want to do. Just devote yourself. What's funny about this is it's a lot of work to do something that in the end is easy. So you have to really work hard through college, and once you get your first job, that's when you start to reap the rewards. So all I would say is just stick with it and just realize that there is a pot of gold. The only thing I'd recommend is just try to understand how things work. You need to gain a basic understanding of how a car functions, or how an engine functions, just so you understand what skin you're putting over. Cars are for humans, so you need to know what a human needs to do in a car. And other than that, just continue to take any art class you can. It doesn't matter if it's sculpture, if it's life drawing, drawing animals, buildings. It all applies to cars.
Thank you.
Well, thanks a lot.
After sketching for a while, I got a feel for the car I wanted to design. This took me 3 days. This is a lot harder than I thought. I spent a lot of time with the modeling program, and I still have a lot to learn, but I tried to incorporate everything I learned at Art Center into my final design. I spent some time thinking about all the different fuels for my car, and there are a lot of different choices. Biofuel, algae, electric, and hydrogen. While sketching, I was looking for a certain body flow. What came to mind was the cheetah. Its graceful movement and how it aggressively attacked the road really inspired me. Hopefully, you'll see the influence of the cheetah in my design, like its curves and its body lines. Here I have included a dual-chamber hydrogen engine and also some of the cheetah's facial features in the grille. What you're also seeing is the 3D wireframe in the design. As I said before, 3D designing is very hard. Here's the result of my final design. Maybe one day, if I keep practicing, I'll become the designer of your dream car.